Good day, Canada. Good afternoon, Asia. It's Thursday, 12 p.m. in Toronto. Means it's time for a regular webinar on immigration to Canada. My name is Alex Davison, and today we're going to talk about provincial immigration to Nova Scotia. Here's our agenda for today. I'll speak a little bit for a few minutes, introducing our local and Canadian team. We'll talk about our mission in Asia and in Bangladesh in particular. Next, we'll speak about express entry immigration. I'll give you an overview of what it is, how this program has evolved, and what are the major goals and why this system has been introduced. I will then tell you the difference and hopefully will help to avoid confusion between express entry and federal skilled worker immigration program, which is processed through express entry system. Next, we'll talk about the key factors of getting the top score in the processing system. And afterwards, I'll speak about provincial immigration, in particular the province of Nova Scotia, where it's located, how to immigrate in there, and of course, how to apply for Nova Scotia Nominee Program. What are the two pathways and what are those pathways step by step? Last but not least, of course, I'll share our direct contacts so you would be able to address your questions, concerns straight to me and to our team. Our webinar today is a little bit unusual. We conducted from our newly opened office in the city of New York in the United States, so please excuse the brevity and a little bit of noise if such happens during the webinar. I believe that lots of you already know our legal team. We're a group of law experts working in the area of immigration and visas for over 16 years, fully licensed and certified to represent interests of our clients for citizenship and immigration authorities of Canada. Each one of us has 10 years of practice, experience, and expertise, which we always share and use for the benefit of our clients and friends. Our major office is located here in Toronto, while additional offices are in the city of Markham in Ontario in Canada and in the New York, United States. Having over 16 years of history, we have assisted over 8,400 clients to immigrate and relocate either temporarily or permanently to our country. And today we'll be able to talk and share our knowledge with all of you. It's our commitment, our goal to help applicants from Asia to navigate through a hurdle of programs, requirements, initiatives, and to avoid fraud, avoid lies, stay safe, and stay secure. If you ask me personally, I believe that the biggest issue with immigration or visa applicants from Asia is absolute or almost universal uncertainty and misunderstanding of policies and guidelines of CIC, which stands for Citizenship and Immigration to Canada. Not only people are confused and lost, but they constantly, sorry for a second, I promise. So not only they're confused, not only they're lost, they constantly bombarded with the fake and false offers from unauthorized representatives and agents. In the end, what we have is a huge uncontrolled market with thousands of companies promising you bright future for your money, of course. And at the end of the day, it turns to be the worst landscape I've ever seen. Defrauded, hopeless, people and only a few lucky ones who could actually make it to the end. And in fact, we're here to change it. And the major weapon, major leverage, I believe, is a knowledge. The more you know, the better you would be prepared and aware. And we're here to teach you how actually wonderful, how welcoming our country could be if approached with the right due diligence and with the right legal team, of course. Let me be a myth buster today again. More and more I hear words express entry, and usually from people who do not even know what it is. So let us first see and try to understand what express entry is for Canada. Here's a quick historical brief. Before 2015, all applicants were placed in one queue, first come, first served. Rule worked pretty much stable. But this world spins faster and faster every day, apparently, and in the year of 2000, Immigration and Refugee Protection Act has been introduced and came into force. Protection processing became more complex, more time consuming, and literally thousands and thousands of new applicants applied every single day. So by the end of year 2008, we had a huge problem, a backlog of over 100,000 of applicants. Just working faster apparently wasn't a solution anymore. So we needed a better and more logical and more adaptive system which will benefit both new immigrants and Canadian society. This is when express entry actually came onto the stage. First of all, what I want you to understand, express entry, it's a name, right? It's called express because applicants are processed much faster than it was a few years or even 1 year ago. So the biggest thing or the biggest point of express entry is to decrease the processing time and to actually remove the backlog which has been created recently. Now, I want you to listen carefully, right, and write down the information, if you will, such as this minion. Express entry is not a program, okay? It is not an immigration program. Federal skilled worker and express entry is not the same. In fact, express entry is a pool, if you will, a huge melting pot where applicants from many programs submit their applications. It means that provincial programs such as Nova Scotia, federal skilled programs, federal skilled trades, immigrants who studied in Canada, all of them come to this pot and place their applications into it. No matter how you get there, you may see how your case is assessed based on universal criteria. Doesn't matter if your gender, race, skin color, applicants and applications are processed non-biased with only a few major criteria: age, education, work experience from Canada and from abroad, and provincial nomination if such exists with the application. Most importantly, immigration number for the year 2015 is not less than for 2014. Of course not. It's the same but more transparent and more friendly system for it. Pretty much it's not a vague evading time when you're trying to understand desperately what's going on with your case, such as it was with a federal skilled worker before. Now all information or score is processed open and disclosed to mass public. You may follow and see where you are against other applicants and which actions you may possibly take to increase your chances. So speaking about chances, I want to talk a little and think together with you about increase of your score and what you could do to keep it maximum high. And I promise I won't talk about retaking IELTS exam here. Now here are key factors. And everyone knows that you may get 600 points for arranged offer of employment in Canada. What does an average crook does? Tells you that he or she would do it for money. Guys and girls, well, be with me for a second and answer a simple question. How do you think, how may anyone from Bangladesh, from India, from any other country in the world possibly arrange employment in Canada? It's difficult to get arranged employment even from within Canada, not to speak about any place abroad. So all those people do is pretty much they hunt for your money. Selling jobs in Canada is a serious offense and serious crime. If someone offers you to buy a workplace or arrange LMIA, previously known as LMO, make sure that you raise a complaint to CIC. Don't know how to do that? Well, come to us, we'll help you to do it. We have to clean this market, and people in Asia should have a right for free and transparent immigration. So if not employment, how can I get a better score? And this is the answer. Provincial immigration. It means a province or territory of Canada invites you to live there permanently with your family. Last few weeks, we were talking about immigration to Manitoba, student immigration, immigration to the territory of Yukon. And by the way, if you missed those webinars, they are all available on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe and listen carefully. And today we'll talk about Nova Scotia and about getting 600 points for your application to make sure that the immigration is literally in your hands. You may have noticed if you listen to our podcast carefully that they are very, very structured. So we're trying to give you only needed and comprehensive information. Now, first of all, what is Nova Scotia? Where it is and what I could do there. Province is one of so-called Atlantic provinces. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful playground of Mother Nature, if you will. With a small population, Nova Scotia is one of the major suppliers of seafood in North America, and city of Halifax proudly boasts one of the largest cargo terminals in the continent, and probably the most welcoming and friendly community in Canada. Seriously, one of the best places in Canada, one of the best provinces in there. Nova Scotia climate is quite healthy due to the fact that province is surrounded by an ocean. Inexpensive compared to the rest of Canada, by the way. Housing prices pretty much, I would say, less expensive, at least 3, 4, 5 times than in Toronto. Availability of jobs and developing economy, it's all of those factors. They form a great foundation for new immigrants and their families. And traditionally, Atlantic provinces have one of the best and easiest immigration programs, allowing many people from all over the world to come and start their new life in here. Here are two ways to apply for Nova Scotia Provincial Nominee Program. First one is application through Express Entry System. So in a nutshell, here's how it works. A profile of an applicant is submitted to Express Entry System with a clear indication that the person wants to settle in Nova Scotia. Based on the profile quality and provincial requirements, it is selected by immigration authorities of Nova Scotia. Next, a certificate of nomination is issued, which then gives you 600 points and a direct way towards permanent residency in Canada. This pathway or this application system has a few pros and cons, if you will. In my personal opinion, on the one hand, thousands and thousands of applicants already have their profiles in Express Entry, and you pretty much know it. On the other hand, if you go this way, you're literally doubling your chances. So you could be selected from federal authorities, say if your profile scores enough and the threshold is below, or you could also get a nomination from the Nova Scotia side. Now let's look at the second opinion, right? The second way to apply for Nova Scotia. This is the application which is done directly to the province authorities. Here's how it works. So initially it's submitted to Nova Scotia authorities without express entry pool. It is then approved by Nova Scotia. The certificate is issued. And again, with this certificate, you apply through express entry with additional 600 points, which is almost a guarantee of successful immigration. You see, express entry is here again, and this is exactly what I was talking a few minutes ago. Express entry is a processing system. It's not a single immigration program, and there are a few ways to get yourself into it with maximum possible score. Now, what is Nova Scotia? What are the requirements for Nova Scotia application and how I should apply? Let's look at this in details. Very, very easy. Minimum requirements for Nova Scotia are the same as for the federal skilled worker. You already know it. It's 1 year of skilled work experience, 1 year of post-secondary education, IELTS 6, and of course age. This is the sample calculation of an average candidate. Out of 67 required points, a person easily gets 69. And Nova Scotia, by the way, has a list of demanded occupation. This list is pretty much active, could be updated, but in general, most of engineers, technicians, nurses, doctors, financial officers, or managers could apply. Right? If you're not really sure whether your occupation falls into that list or whether your job duties actually fall into that list, welcome. Come to us. We'll assess your chances and assist you. In order to apply, as I said, welcome. Submit your profile to us. We work every day to assist, and it's our direct job to help applicants being successful. We'll guide you one by one over the program and we'll work hand to hand until successful immigration and landing in Canada. On this slide, you may see ours and our local partners' contacts in Bangladesh, and we're proudly working with experts of Visa Center who are absolutely knowledgeable, trustworthy, and experienced professionals. We do not at this moment have any partners in India. Hopefully, we'll have them in the future. We'll see. So, in any case, you may address your questions to me directly, to our Canadian team, or contact Visa Center experts who would be definitely able to assist you. Please remember, there are no bad questions. The more you know, the more you ask about your immigration, the better you're prepared. Every day, I personally and our team spend a few hours answering your emails and helping to address concerns which arise. And my personal request to you all, since we have a mission of fighting fraud, eliminating unlawful and authorized agents, we need your help. The more people know about these webinars, the more they listen and think, and lesser chance you will leave to crooks and fake consultants. Please give us your like on Facebook, give us +1 on Google+, and invite your friends and family to our weekly webinars. Every Thursday, I share with you ways and initiatives which help you all to immigrate. Please stay with us and know more about Canada. On the next webinar, it will be dedicated to a very interesting topic. We will talk about rejection management. What you could do if your application or visa has been denied. What if you tried to come here as a student or a visitor and was rejected? How you could change the situation. And I will also introduce you the absolutely first local Bangladeshi rejection management system, which would be available for all of you in Dhaka locally. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for joining today. Stay tuned with us, and at this point, goodbye.